Well, hello again, everyone. We are in downtown LaFayette, and this is the downtown LaFayette Martin Theater. It is a building that was built in 1949, an Art Deco style, and it's one of the few Quonset hut style theaters that are still in existence. So we're going to take you on a very brief tour of the inside here. So let's just move on over to the theater. To start our tour, what you're seeing now is the ticket window. Well, actually, one of the ticket windows. This was the main or front ticket window, and if you see directly through there, there's another portal cut and those half moon shaped doors behind it. This was a segregated theater back in the earlier days. Black patrons came in those doors behind this glass, and white patrons came to this front entrance. That was the history that began, or was in existence, when this theater first opened in 1949. Give you a little bit of a view on the inside. Let's see if I can get a picture of it. It's hard to see inside there, but this was a very, very secure spot there. You see the safe. I'll get you a better shot of that later on. I'm going to step back and just show you a little bit of the project we're working on. The theater looks something like that, except it had a very tall spire right there by the word Martin that came down in a tornado a few years back. But that's our publicity shot of what we're trying to do. These two glass doors were added later on, the half moon doors. We are on busy Highway 431, so it will be quite noisy out here. These doors were added later on. We have the original doors upstairs in the attic, and hopefully one day those will be added. Here on the side of the building, that spot is where a poster board was to advertise movies that were coming. We've taken the wood down since it was rotted. We'll replace that, and we are currently using that billboard for advertising as we move forward. A little bit of a fundraiser here in town. We'll have that up and running very soon. And in one of these windows, either the window where our poster is or in the main ticket window, we're going to have a loop TV that we can advertise businesses in town. Let's go inside the lobby. When I was a kid, this lobby certainly seemed an awful lot bigger. It is a relatively small room, 2 bathrooms there on the end. We've tried to dress this theater up and keep it lit at night just to be used and give a little better presence to the theater. That was the concession stand. And that's the original concession stand as it stood when I was a kid. Coming to the movies here, I think it was 25 cents, moved to 35 cents, and then 50 cents was the last price I remember paying. Here's another poster on this easel. This is opening day. The movie is Caribbean with John Payne and Arlene Dahl. And there you see the letters Martin, and that's Spire. Martin was the name of the company, and theater on that tall spire with the whatever thing that is on top. We think it was some sort of swan or bird, and give you a little better picture of that in just a couple minutes too. These curtains are blocking off how this lobby was opened up, and when I was a kid, where you see those black curtains were more poster boards and then a door on either side. To go into the theater, you entered a little bit of a dark room and then walked into the theater as the movie was playing. So here we are in the body of the theater. And when it opened, this floor was sloped, of course, as you went downhill all the way down to the front row, and it was leveled when this building became a car dealership. And yes, we have some disrepair, but the roof is secure, building is not wet, it's dried in, and it's in fantastic shape. Now, this set of stairs, I believe, was built by the movie production company who came in and filmed the movie in the late 80s, Mississippi Burning. I believe that's something they added. It was not here originally. Walk up and give you a quick view. Hopefully we'll have enough light. There is that separate entrance and separate ticket window. And this was the stairway up to the balcony. A gigantic balcony. So let's walk back out into the main body of the theater, give you a little bit of the perspective of this place. That staircase was added later on for access into the lobby. I'm not sure by whom. And these windows were, of course, added for the car dealership so people could actually look inside and see vehicles. That was a storage area. We have a few chairs, some tables, and pianos in there. This area we're looking at right here, you see that wooden frame that goes all the way around. I'll try to film that for you. It comes all the way back around, and we'll get a better picture of that in just a second. It's my understanding the theater stage is about that level, which is a good 3 to 4 feet over my head as I stand here today. The backdrop for the theater screen. There's one of the old speakers and AC vent. Then that molding around the corner here was where the backlighting was done. So back up, you get a very much better sense of what the theater building is like. There's the gigantic balcony, and then a shot from above, obviously the rounded Quonset hut style. We, of course, added the lights, just string lights, to give us a little bit better light here in the building. The theater is an incredible place. I think the seating capacity was 669. I think that's the number that sticks in my mind. It may have been a little bit bigger. Row after row after row of seats. We're going to come over here and take a look at some of the things we've managed to keep possession of. Give you a little detail about those things as well. Those letters that spell out Martin are the original letters off the front of the building, off the top of the marquee. We're very fortunate to have those. You can see where the fluorescent lights, the bulbs, the inserts for power, and some of those are still there, some of the tubing. Just fascinating to me to see that. A few other archives we've found, giant popcorn bags. A little bit closer look at some of that fluorescent lighting on the letters. We'd like to get those things remade and one day have them up on the marquee again. Coconut oil for the peanut butter, for the popcorn. Fountain syrup, and just miscellaneous paperwork that we found. Also, when I talked about that very large spire, there's what the spire actually looks like today. It came down when the tornado hit the top spire. And there's a couple of seats. I don't think those are original. I think those are movie reproductions. Okay, we're going to close out for now. I think we've covered most everything. We just gave a short tour to some folks, local family who were giving a short tour. Their family is in town for a reunion, so we were happy to bring them up and let them see what we have going on here at the theater. And they were also very happy to see that we have maintained the letters and the, we think, Martin, the bird, a martin, there on the post. But it's a magnificent, iconic building here in my hometown. We would love to have anyone who's interested join us in this project. We hope to get this facility back in working condition. We don't think it's going to be a movie theater. We think movies could be possible. But we see it much more as a multi-use center some civic use and some private use. So we will determine all those things shortly, and we're going to launch the downtown Lafayette Martin Theater renovation project, I would hope, within the next several months. And we hope to bring this place back to what it deserves to be. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like this, hit the like button. If you really like it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can be notified of other content that we'll put up later on. We're going to try to hit some other historic places around town. But again, thank you for taking the time to watch. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.